So some of you guys know this, some of you guys don't know this, I'm sure, but one of the companies that I really love is DeWaay Nutrition. And it's actually, that's who I'm coached through. Jacob Allen is one of their consultants and he's my actual coach. And I really love the way they have kind of a philosophy towards lifting and life, and it really always gets me thinking, and I love their videos and pretty much everything they stand for, and it's just been really cool to be kind of a part of that whole experience and just kind of watching what they do. And the last physiology and philosophy video that they did was episode 6, or at least the last one at the time that I'm actually recording this. And it really had me thinking, and one of the things that they talked about was being goal-oriented versus the actual process itself. And I know that goals are supposed to be these great things that keep you focused and give you drive and all that stuff, but I gotta be totally honest with you. I've never been a big goal setter, and I've never been big on chasing goals. I want to do better. I mean, that's like my goal. I just want to have continual improvement. And goals pop up along the way, usually when I start getting close to one. You know, when you squat 490 pounds at a meet, yeah, you're gonna have a goal of hitting 500 pounds, but that's not like I was sitting at 420 pounds going, man, I need to get to 500 someday. It just is part of the process. And the other part that kind of had me think about this is I had this discussion with a guy that I like at Powerhouse named Andrew, who he's very deep and friends with a lot of guys with DeWaay as well. So there's kind of a lot of intellectual conversations going on back and forth whenever I see him. And one of the things that he asked me was, you know, do you think once you hit that 500-pound squat, will you lose some of your drive because you're not chasing that number anymore? And for me, not at all. I mean, I'm happy, I'm proud, but it's just one more step along the way, and there's other things to do, and there's more ways to improve and to always get better. And I'm not saying that's good or bad or even indifferent. I'm just saying that that's how I kind of am personally. But then it gets me thinking, you know, what happens if I get to a point in my life where I literally can't do any better physically? I mean, at some point it's going to happen. I mean, I'm nowhere near that now. But, I mean, say a few years down the road, I'm just, you know, totaling 1,700 pounds or whatever at 183. Not that I think that's going to happen, but let's just say for argument's sake that I get to a ridiculously good point in my powerlifting career. And then you fast forward down the road. Am I going to be doing that when I'm 55 years old? Of course not. So can I be happy just being as good as I can for what I am at that point in my life? What will happen if I can't do better? I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I like to feel like just being as good as I can possibly be would be enough, but I don't know. I really don't know. And one of the things that I've always kind of thrived on in life is being a bit of an underdog, proving myself to others, whatever it is. And that's all fine and dandy, but will that lead me to a life of constantly making changes because once I get good at something, I lose the drive for it? Is that bad? Is that good? Even if I did become the absolute best at powerlifting or anything else, could I be happy with that, or would it bore me, and would I need to go on to something else? I really don't know. And I'm not looking for answers, and I'm not really even asking for answers. But it starts a good debate if you want to talk about these things and tell me about your life and how you see that type of stuff happening with you, or how you think you would handle those situations in your own life. It's just interesting to me. Because I have noticed that about myself in the past, that once I do get good at something, I kind of get bored with it. And I really hope that never happens with powerlifting. But I'm sure as hell not going to let it stop me from being as good as I possibly can. Just something to think about.